Happy New Year, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're diving into 9 variant builds to play around with. Each build is optimized for a specific mission type against a specific faction, maximizing your solo capability while also allowing you to carry your team if necessary. Before we begin, here's what I mean by mission types. Static missions are all about terminal intensive objectives, racing, flags, or evac missions. On the opposite end, dynamic missions focus on constant movement and destruction of objectives such as command bunkers, Terminid eggs, or orbital cannons. Special missions either combine static and dynamic elements or are set into unique environments. Moving on to automatons, these opponents will overpower you with sheer firepower, be strategic, maintain cover, and exploit weak spots from long range. For static missions, my recommendation for solo gameplay is a mix of heavy payload sentries like rocket or autocannon and heavy bombardment stratagems like the 380mm, the orbital walking barrage, or the 500 kilobomb. A fast retaliation stratagem like, for example, the Eagle strafing run. Pair these with an armor-piercing 4+ support weapon like the HMG, autocannon, or recoilless rifle. For team play, you can insert an emplacement and remove one heavy bombardment stratagem and fortified recommended armor. Dynamic mission with automatons requires speed and accuracy. For solo play, use one heavy bombardment large area stratagem like the 380mm or the orbital walking barrage, an armor-piercing 4 support weapon like the HMG autocannon or railgun, and 2 fast retaliation stratagems like the strafing run, the orbital Gatling barrage, the orbital air burst, the Eagle A strike, or 500 kilobombs. In team play, switch to an anti-tank support weapon or the tactical wasp launcher. Pair these with the servo-assisted armor. As for special missions in environments like the Amazon jungle, improvise, adapt, and overcome. For solo missions, use at least 2 heavy sentries or 1 heavy sentry and 1 emplacement, along with an armor-piercing 4 support weapon and 1 fast retaliation stratagem. In team play, switch to the air burst rocket launcher if you want. Again, use fortified armor. Let's finish this section with the primaries, which are Diligence Counter Sniper, Crossbow or Dominator, secondaries like the Verdict, Senator or Grenade Pistol, and the grenades like the Gas Grenade and the Termite. Terminids, known for their massive swarms. You'll need builds focused on crowd control and stamina while preserving a single stratagem for tanks. For static missions, positioning is critical. Always have an escape route, and if things go wrong, rinse and repeat. For completely solo gameplay, my recommendation is one heavy bombardment large area stratagem like the 380mm orbital walking barrage or napalm barrage. Pair it with the armor-piercing 4+ support weapons such as flamethrower, autocannon or railgun, a crowd control sentry like Gatling, machine gun, flamethrower or Tesla, and one heavy single target stratagem like the 500 kilo orbital precision strike or rail cannon. For team play, you can switch to an anti-tank support weapon or the tactical wasp launcher or even the air burst rocket launcher. Medic armor is advised. Dynamic missions demand stamina above all else. Don't rely on your armor. For solo play, use one light bombardment large area stratagem like the 120mm Eagle cluster or gas orbital. Add an armor-piercing 4+ support weapon such as the flamethrower, autocannon or railgun, one crowd control sentry, and a heavy single target stratagem. In team play, you can swap to an anti-tank support weapon, tactical wasp launcher, grenade launcher, or an air burst rocket launcher. Medic armor is advised. In environments like the Amazon jungle, where trees can obstruct bombardments, sentries are the key. For solo missions, I recommend 2 heavy payload sentries like the rocket or the autocannon, 1 heavy bombardment stratagem like the napalm barrage only, and an armor-piercing 4+ support weapon like the HMG, autocannon or recoilless rifle. In team play, you can add an emplacement of your choice and remove a heavy bombardment stratagem. Again, medic armor. Suggested primaries are Breaker Spray and Pray, the Cookout, and the Crossbow. As for secondaries, as always, the Verdict, Senator, and the Grenade Pistol, and for grenades, Termite and Gas Grenades. Finally, let's discuss Illuminates, powerful foes with psychic abilities and advanced technology. Although their army isn't complete yet, I'll provide 3 build variants to help you out. For static missions, extreme crowd control is essential due to constant need for defense. For solo gameplay, I recommend 2 crowd control sentries like Flamethrower, Gatling, Machine Gun or Tesla, an armor-piercing 3 support weapon like the MG, and 1 fast retaliation stratagem like a Strafing Run, Orbital Gatling Barrage, Orbital Air Burst or Orbital Precision Strike. For team play, you can switch to a grenade launcher or a tactical wasp launcher. Siege ready armor is advised. For dynamic mission, hit and run tactics are key to humiliating Illuminates. For solo play, use 1 crowd control sentry, an armor piercing 3+ support weapon with high RPM like the MG or HMG, 1 fast retaliation stratagem and a guard dog. In team play, switch to an anti-tank emplacement or an HMG emplacement. Siege ready armor is advised. Currently, there are no special missions or particularly challenging environments for Illuminates, so this section serves as a placeholder for the future. For primaries, I suggest the Adjudicator and the one-handed weapons like the crossbow and the pummeler. As for pistols and grenades, they are the same as the other factions. Remember to tweak these builds and play around to find your own style. That's it for today. Also, if you like the AT emplacement, take a look at my latest solo against Automatons.